Coach Emilio Perez Deportes. Everyone talks about the pressure that Kyrie, LeBron, and the other guys are going to face tomorrow, but I want to know about you. How's the pressure? How have you been dealing with that in the last couple of 36 hours, or being the guy that has to lead this team to try to get that title?
I don't feel pressure. If you're prepared and you're organized and ready for the moment, which I've been preparing for, then you're fine. So I don't feel the pressure of Game 7.
And you having a great relationship with a couple of ex-coaches and everything else, have you talked lately to Doc, maybe Phil, or someone else about their experience of being in Game 7?
Yeah, I talked to Doc about the experience of being in Game 7 when I was in Boston when we lost to the Lakers, and it's a feeling that you don't want to have. So I was there for Game 7 when we lost to the Lakers, so we talked about that the other day.
Thanks.
Yes.
Joe, back left.
Joe Varden, Cleveland.com. Ty, how is Kyrie Irving's foot? Is there any lingering effects from the other night?
No, he's good.
And then his backup, it had been Delly, of course, for virtually all year, and then you went to Mo in Game 6. Is that something that you're going to stick with for Game 7, and what went into making that change?
Well, I just, Mo's pace, the way he plays up-tempo to get the ball up the floor, and just decided to do something a little different. And, Mo came in and gave us a great 2 minutes in that first half. So it's just something I decided to go with my gut feeling, and we did it.
Chris?
Ty, you see LeBron handling the ball a lot to start the game again, kind of throughout the game, handling those duties. What does that bring for your team and Kyrie when Kyrie's off the ball like that?
Well, you can move Kyrie around a lot, and then they can't just load up and lock into Kyrie when he's trying to go one-on-one versus the mismatch. And I think having LeBron handle the basketball and getting Kyrie off the ball, and now when he catches it after a movement, then he's able to attack faster and quicker.
Over on your right.
Ty, Josh Weir from the Canton Repository. You play Mo Williams some minutes after he hadn't seen much time. You go with Dante Jones in the first half, Game 6. What gave you the confidence to go to some of those guys that really hadn't seen much time throughout the playoffs and put them in such a big situation?
Well, Mo's been in big situations before. He's been an all-star. He's played the Eastern Conference Finals, and we just talked about it amongst myself and my coaching staff, just about giving Mo a chance. And he came out and he's been preparing, he's been working hard for the moment, and he came in and gave us a great lift. And Dante, just a veteran guy that we brought in, who's played in over 60 playoff games before he got here, and just someone that, when you get in foul trouble or someone goes down, he can step in and play a big part. And with Shumpert having 3 fouls, with K-Love having 3 fouls, and then Richard Jefferson picking up his 3rd foul, Dante was a guy we can go to that we know is going to be physical, and he's a great defender, and he brings a lot of toughness to your team.
Chris, all the way in the back.
Chris Haynes, Cleveland.com. Coach, is this just not the matchup series for Kevin Love?
What do you mean?
Is why he hasn't been giving you the production he's given regular season and leading up to this point?
Well, he's been great all postseason, so I wouldn't just say after regular season. He got in foul trouble last game. I thought he was aggressive on the post-up, on the switches, got to the free throw line. But after he got the 2 early fouls, I just thought he could never get into a rhythm. And Kevin's being on the perimeter guarding smaller guys, he's not going to have the same amount of rebounds that he's normally have. So. It's not about Kevin. It's about the team, and he's been great. He's been fine. He's gonna have a big game for us tomorrow, I believe. So, it's all about matchups. It's all about staying on the floor, being out of foul trouble, and I have no problem with Kevin. He's gonna be fine.
Michael in the back.
Ty, Michael Grange from Sportsnet. Your thoughts on LeBron's performance the last 2 games? Now that you've had a little time to think about it, and do you expect, or have you expected, that they'll maybe try and force the ball out of his hands a little bit, send maybe a second defender, and how would you adjust to that?
I'm not sure what they'll do. We've went over a couple of things they might try to do, but they haven't made any adjustments yet to see what we can do differently. So just got to be prepared for everything. And LeBron is just LeBron being LeBron. We know he's very capable of being special every single night, and he's been special for us. And I'm just happy and just pleased with our team's composure, being resilient and being down 3-1 just to keep fighting and continue to play the right way. And our guys are up for the challenge. So we're just going to enjoy this moment, and we're up for the challenge.
with LeBron, is it as simple as his jump shot, just him having more confidence in it, or being willing to take it and shoot over that D a little bit, or what's been the key that's sort of triggered him in the last 2 games?
Just taking his shots in rhythm. If they're going to go under, step into it, 1-2, step into a shot and catch and shoot, just catch and shoot it, So he's been taking his shots in rhythm and shooting his mid-range pull-up, which he's shooting, I think, 46 or 47% in the playoffs. So those are shots he works on every day. So he's been taking them in rhythm.
Dave in the back.
Tyronn, Dave McGrennan, ESPN. Given the strong ratings of the series thus far, the fact that it's a winner-take-all and it's a Sunday when traditionally, like, a lot of people are in front of their television, have you thought about the fact that you could be coaching in one of the most viewed games in league history, and does that add to the magnitude of coming from being an assistant coach just 61 games ago to now coaching in this moment?
No, I haven't thought about it. I mean, it's a big moment for all of us, and it's a position, growing up as a kid, you want to be in. You've always talked about playing in Game 7s and making a game-winning shot, or being in the NBA Finals. So we know it's a big stage, but our guys are ready and up for the challenge, and this is a position you want to be in. We went through the season of playing all the preseason games, we played all the regular season games, and now you're in the final game of the season. No more games left. So I think our guys understand that, and they're ready for this moment.
Mark on the aisle.
Mark Spears, ESPN. Coach, you just talk about what kind of emotions you think they'll have back in Cleveland with everything history-wise, riding on the game with you guys tomorrow.
A lot of emotions. This is what we're playing for. Just my short time being in Cleveland, just understanding and getting the history of being in Cleveland this last 2 years means a lot. And they're really into their sports. They're really into their teams, and this would be very important and very big for the city of Cleveland and for the state of Ohio to bring this home. So I know it's going to be going crazy in Cleveland. So just hopefully we can stay the course and bring them a championship home.
Is that something you use as motivation, or does something like that, having the weight of a town, bring extra pressure?
No extra pressure. We're all in it together. We're just trying to win a championship, and they've been supportive. The last 2 years, they've really been behind us, and it'd just be a great thing to bring a championship home to the city of Cleveland.